flag of the United States of America, to the republic, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty, justice.
Thank you both. Ms. Walker, call the roll, please.
Honorable Mayor Fowler, Honorable Councilman Bilbrey, Honorable Councilman Williams,
Here.
Honorable Councilwoman Hawkins,
Present.
Honorable Vice Mayor Hill.
Present. Agenda item number 1 will consider the agenda as presented, and we're going to amend that motion to remove item number 6 because the sponsor, Mayor Fowler, is absent. So there is a motion to approve with the with the number 6 removed.
Honorable Bilbrey,
Yes.
Honorable Williams,
Yes.
Honorable Hawkins,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Hill.
Yes, motion passes. You've got the minutes in your your packet. I'll take a motion to accept the minutes from last month's meeting as presented in the packet.
Make the motion.
Motion a second. Any discussion? Hearing none. Ms. Walker.
Honorable Bilbrey,
Yes.
Honorable Williams,
Yes.
Honorable Hawkins,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Hill.
Yes. Motion passes. Agenda item number 3. Consider approval to suspend the reading of ordinance numbers 717-25, 718-25, and 719-25. This is just to amend suspend the reading of these ordinances, and we'll go over those in more details here shortly. Do I have a motion to approve for suspension of the reading?
Make the motion.
Mr. Bilbrey.
Second.
Ms. Hawkins. Any other discussion? Hearing none. Ms. Walker?
Honorable Bilbrey,
Yes.
Honorable Williams, Honorable Hawkins,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Hill.
Yes. Item number 3 passes. Number 4, the floor will now be open for a public hearing for second and final reading of ordinance 717-25 and consider approval for second and final reading of ordinance 717-25 to amend personnel rules and regulations for vehicle markings. Before closing the floor, Chief Terry, do you want to speak to that? I know there was just a small adjustment to it, but I'll give you a moment to speak to exactly what we're doing here.
I believe Keith has the little change in the language. I think there was some.
So the language
change.
change that was discussed last night, which is okay, you all have to vote to approve this with the amendment, is to add language after vehicles as identified by the chief of police to be unmarked within the guidelines of job responsibilities such as administration, investigators, and special assignments.
I think this was just sort of put a little bit of a limit on it. Limit to
And Mr. Williams, one of the first things a police officer learns is that visibility is the best crime deterrent.
Thank you, Chief. Do we have a motion?
Motion.
Ms. Ms. Hawkins made the motion.
second.
Mr. Williams, a second. Ms. Walker.
Honorable Bilbrey,
Yes.
Honorable Williams,
Yes.
Honorable Hawkins,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Hill.
Yes. Yes, sir. Thank you, Chief. I may have jumped the gun here. I do need to open the floor for this approval, correct, beforehand, or did I didn't. I said we discuss it, and we can make any motions or amendments there too, if need be, if there's anyone with any discussions. Seeing none, step to the microphone. I'll close that portion of of the meeting and move on. So item number 4 passes. Item number 5, consider approval of first reading ordinance 718-25, amending the fiscal year 24-25 budget, passed by ordinance 710-24. Mr. Morrison, you want to speak to that, please?
This is a budget amendment to adjust the retirement accounts to match the state percentage that they gave us. The number was off when we originally got it, and they corrected that. So these are the adjustments to make that happen. It's $7,800 for the water sewer fund, And then for the general fund, it's $42,900 for retirement. And then there's also a budget amendment in here to increase sanitation, residential repair, and commercial truck repairs by $25,000 for each line, since we've had some issues with the trucks. So that is $92,900 adjustment to the general fund that's coming off of fund balance. And then there's another piece in here to increase fire department grant revenue for $20,000 and fire department capital outlay by $20,000 to show some grant money in and out that we received. So that net change is zero.
Thank you, Mr. Morrison. Do we have a motion to approve this?
I make motion.
Mr. Bilbrey, motion.
Second.
Ms. Hawkins, second. Any discussion?
What is the total on
So the water sewer was not $7,800. The total on the general fund balance was $92,900.
Go with it.
Mr. Williams made the motion. Mr. Bilbrey, did you make the motion as well? Or can I get a second from you? Okay, I'm sorry, don't jump the gun there. Mr. Bilbrey made the motion. Mr. Williams made the second. Any other discussion on this approval of first reading of ordinance 718-25? Hearing no discussion, Ms. Walker?
Honorable Bilbrey,
Yes.
Honorable Williams, Honorable Hawkins,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Hill.
Yes. Motion number 5, or agenda item number 5 passes. Number 6, we're skipping. Number 7, consider approval of an agreement with Mark's Pops for fireworks in the amount of $12,000 for this year's fireworks. Mr. Phipps, do you want to speak to that, please?
Let Freedom Ring fireworks show is June 28th of this year. This agreement is with Mark's Pops Incorporated. That's the same company that's done our pyrotechnics that we have done every year for X number of years. For a $12,000 amount, we will pay 50% up front now in the coming days, and then 50% the day of the show.
It's such a great show. Does a great job. I'll even make the motion to approve the $12,000 for Mark's Pops and for this year's fireworks.
Second.
Ms. Hawkins, a second. Any other discussion? Hearing none, Ms. Walker?
Honorable Bilbrey,
Yes.
Honorable Williams,
Yes.
Honorable Hawkins,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Hill.
Absolutely. Motion number 7, item number 7 passes. Item number 8, consider approval of an agreement with MG Group for fiscal year 25 audit services. Mr. Morrison.
MG Group did our fiscal year 24 audit, which they had finished this last month and presented last night. No findings. It was one finding. It's an unmodified report, which is a good. They felt like our financial statements were well stated and that we were in good shape. There was a couple things that they need to make adjustments on to fix, but everything looked good. So this is for this current year. We have to have this contract in place before June 30th, so we're just asking for that to be approved. The maximum audit amount is $37,500, which is the same as last year.
Thank you, Mr. Morrison. Anybody want to make a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion.
Mr. Bilbrey makes a motion. I'll second it. Any other discussions? Open it up for discussion. Hearing no discussion, Ms. Walker, call the roll.
Honorable Bilbrey,
Yes.
Honorable Williams, Honorable Hawkins,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Hill.
Yes. Item number 8 passes. Mr. Morrison?
So one announcement, both of our certified municipal finance officers who recently passed all of their exams and fulfilled all the requirements of the state of Tennessee received their certifications. So their certificates are here and we want to commend them for their work. So Roy Phipps and Anna Walker are now CMFO certified with the state of Tennessee, and are working to continue to improve the education and professionalism of the city of Allgood, and we appreciate all of their work. And that brings us to 4 CMFOs now, so we have adequate staff to meet the state requirement.
Congratulations to both of y'all, and thank you for your services that you do. I'll take that as an opportunity to segue into your report.
So at the community center, we've got a new take a book, leave a book box over there. It's free of charge for people to use. Got today. That box was built and painted and donated by Miss Sarah Kruzka. She's with Franklin Fixtures, Cookville. Approached us and brought that over and thought that we would enjoy it, so we hope people do like that and participate in it. Got a few books in it now. We hope everybody enjoys that. Thanks Sarah for.
So, in April, we are looking at doing some free CPR classes. We're working with the Red Cross office, and we're looking at holding that here. I'll get the exact dates nailed down. And also with that, we are going to do a canvassing event where we go out into the community and canvass a whole neighborhood with smoke detectors, free of charge. And so we got that. Also on our attack truck, we had a issue with our pump. The attack truck's, it's our oldest truck, and the pump, not a very good pump, but I'd like to thank Walt. His guys managed to get it back in order. So thank you, Walt.
We've had approximately 605 property checks, 205 traffic citations or stops, 20 suspicious persons calls. Our total call volume is 1,111 for this month.
For last month, Public Works, I mean, it's, the cold weather, it's been a little slow, but we did 342 work orders. We did a total of, looks like 34 water leaks, and that's, water meters, little service lines. And the other night, we had a main break in Brookside, and we had to replace a section of pipe. So if you have air in your lines, I mean, we tried to get most of it out, but it'll work its way out. So, and if you haven't noticed, we've been having to do some sewer repairs on Main Street. So we finally got those under control. And as of beginning of February, we are taking work orders for leaf pickups. So.
Thank you all. Okay. Next item is hearing of citizens or delegations. We'll open the floor for anybody that wants to say anything. Please come to the microphone, give us your name and address, and the microphone is yours.
My name's Pat Judd. I live at 310 West Main Street, Allgood. I'm got a concern. I don't know what the proper procedure is to use, and of course I don't know if they charge to get in or if they charge the vendors, but what is the city getting out of this?
Generally, when we specifically $100 a day, hold that.
Seems like that's a lot. Nobody can use the rest of the park during that time period.
They
Can you? Where you gonna park? I mean, they're parking all the way to Main Street. They're parking all the way to my antique store, which is all the way down, because there's no public parking.
Not closed to the public. Welcome to go in there.
Okay, so it's $100 for a day, right? Okay, so anybody can go ahead and reserve that? Okay, and that money goes where? Public, general fund, yeah, general fund.
That number's based on the $100 fee.
Okay,
That's why we there.
okay, so our police department's down there, keep an eye on what's going on and all of that. We're not even breaking even, are we?
I don't know.
No, we're just letting somebody from out of this city use the park to make money for theirself.
Well, that's not the goal.
It looks like it's the goal, sir.
Finish. We see as the positive influx of people that to town shop here. We don't know how much that is. We would hope people come to that while they're over here. They get gas, get your antique store, local businesses. Doesn't cost the city time to do that. Paying a fee to use it that's similar to everything else. Thought that was fair. No way to know how much tax money it's bringing in, how much they are even shopping. But that's what we saw as the positive. I didn't see it.
When are we going to
Surely
get more
some will.
parking in there? But you're a boss.
I'd like to have
When are
it
we going to get
tomorrow.
more parking?
That's a council question. We have to have funding to put parking in, and we didn't get any funding to do any parking this year, so.
Okay, that's what I needed to know.
We're gonna have to have the infrastructure, which
Because,
is parking.
I'm sorry, Roger, because if you look at the big whatever amount of money, the plat, it's not according to what everybody agreed to. I mean, nothing is there exactly right according to that. I mean, we could have went in and not paid that kind of. If you look back at all the money that was spent when it was originally put in, it's $800 and something thousand to build that road and to put the bathrooms in. That's a little bit of money. Little bit of money. So I think people need to understand how much money was spent for that. That's all I got to say. Thank you, Mr. Phipps.
Thank you, Ms. Judd. Anyone else?
Jeremy Whitson, I live at 135 Sandy Road. I'm just back to inquire about the dump truck situation. What kind of resolve have we come to that, or any kind of terms?
It's just about over, just about finished. It's going to resolve itself as far as, the bulk of it is out in USA Foods, and that's just about done. That should solve our problem when we get to that point. There'll still be trucks coming through all of it, because the quarry's still open here, and I understand the quarry's going to stay open. They was going to close it, they're not going to. They found some rock or something deep, something, I don't, maybe they're going up on Roger River, I don't know, but they're going to keep the quarry open.
Okay.
They're not gonna close the quarry, is what I was told by one of the people from Rogers Road. So the dump truck situation may need to be addressed in the future. The high volume will go away, there won't be near as many, but there'll still be some trucks. But nothing like what they're covering this town in dust and everything. It's tough.
We still got one more place to go. Car wash.
Until the next one.
Near the field.
It won't be the field like it.
But it'll be until the next one, and then it'll be until the next one. So it's one of those things that at some point in time we may need to address. You know, that this is an issue, and it's a question of, you know, how long do we want to let this go? You know, and you know, it's, in my opinion, it's easier to hit things head on or hit it early than it is to wait until it's an issue, and it's an issue, or it is for us business owners in this area. And I'll be more than glad to get every single one of them to address the next city council meeting if you don't think it's just me, because I promise you it's not just me. So that's where we're at.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Morrison, you've had some conversations to try to help alleviate those conversations continue?
We stay in contact with Rogers Group. We're trying to see what the U.S. Foods resolve is going to be. But as of right now, Rogers Group's trying to keep the street as clean as they can. They've had some truck issues with the sweeper and stuff, but they've been trying to run a sweeper and different things.
Thank you, sir.
Dan Taylor, 355 Emily Court in Brookside. I just wanted to give you congratulations on the pickleball courts, the tennis courts. I go by and see a lot of people use out quick. And also, just say the park does get used. I agree with Ms. Judd on the parking. It would be nice to have a little bit more. It's always nice to have more. Even some gravel maybe that you could have until you get, paving's expensive. For surge of, when you have, but I go out there with my grandson, fly drones, and there's a lot of people out walking and people bringing their dogs out. So just report that it's being used. So thanks for that investment, and hope we get to keep it. Thanks.
Thank you, Mr. Taylor.
We've been talking about some lights too.
Anyone else? Hearing none, I'll close that portion of the meeting. And that is all that we have on our agenda. I'll take a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Motion a second. All in favor say aye. And we are adjourned. Thank you very much. Y'all have a great evening.